What's up, guys? I'm just gonna let you know I've been sneezy today, so it is what it is. But welcome to a quick little Reiki session, aligning everybody's energy. I know I'm on a little bit earlier than y'all are used to, but it's okay. We're gonna do a quick little Reiki session, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. Then I'm gonna read some oracle cards with one of my absolute favorite new decks, the Naughty Oracle. Basically, it just cusses a lot. It just cusses a lot. So we go together like peases and carrots. So anyway, let's do a little Reiki session. A lot of what we're going to do tonight is going to be some of the normal, let's just, get everything back together. But I can't pop my ears today, so I keep having to do that. It's driving me up the wall. Anyway, I digress. We're going to focus a little bit on here and here. Because after this new moon the other day, everybody's energy was insane or in the dumps. The overthinking, the emotional, all the shadow work. And if you guys didn't know, before every new moon, I will be doing a group energy alignment. I did one this Sunday. The next one will be coming up in December. You can get tickets. Just saying what I'm saying. Just like always, these first 6 hand positions, I want you guys to do with me, okay? Well, not always. You don't have to. The breaths, you do, okay? It is that. It's that way. A lot of people have been having trouble sleeping. So, are we ready? Ooh, I got that loud this evening. All right, ready? Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. All right, now we're going to ground a little bit, okay? I want you to have your feet on something. I don't care if it's on the couch, your dog, your significant other, your bed, your floor. I don't care. I want your feet on something, okay? I want your feet touching something, okay? I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to ground, okay? All right? 1, 2, 3. And the old gods will bless you too for you. I hope you find the compassion in your heart to love thy neighbor and to not be so gatekeepery. Let me move you guys a little bit and see why we're laggy. It is very laggy this evening. I'm not sure why. All right. Just breathe. Just breathe. I will have this on YouTube for you guys to watch at any time. Just breathe. Solar plexus. So a friend of mine named Tracy made these for me. They're even blue. They were a gift and I love them. If you guys would like this particular playlist, it is on my link tree. This is not my YouTube channel, nor am I associated with them, but these are some great ones. I want you to just breathe for a minute, okay? Right, we're going to do the heart. And I told you, we're going to focus on the heart. And we're going to focus on the third eye, okay? I just want you to breathe. Which God, honey? Just breathe. We're gonna go slow. Technically, Jesus is a demigod. Jesus also never considers himself a god in the Bible. So you're saying he's a triple god. There's a few pagan gods that are exactly like that. But I would suggest you study. I just want you to breathe. Do a quick run through the throat chakra. All right, I gotta read that out loud. KTM said, I pray to my mailman Daryl. I'm following you for that. I'm following you for that. Dude, that's funny as fuck. And you have 311 followers. Of course, because my lucky number is 113. I mean, there's times I pray to the mailman too. Like, please bring my shit. That was funny as hell, man. You probably just gained a whole lot of followers from that comment. All right. We're going to do the third eye, but here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. I'm just barely going to unpack it, okay? Everyone should be nice to our male people, seriously. They deal with a lot of shit. I know that a lot of people had this crazy emotional aspect go on, especially with this new moon. I love you right back. I love that Jaina said that there's a giant snack box. I keep stuff at the shop. I keep waters, I keep trail mix, I keep things like that for the mail people, the Amazons, the UPS, all of them. I just want you to breathe, okay? Ooh. Ready? Just want you to breathe. So here's what we're going to do this evening, because we have all been super, super emotional. We have all had some crazy shadow work. We've all had all kinds of shit pop up over the last couple of days, especially since yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry, kitty mama, honey. So we're just going to do my favorite parts. That's it. I know that you guys are letting go of stuff, so here's what I want you to do. We're going to do it a little differently. I want you to type in, hey Chris, how are you, sweet pea? I want you to type in what you needed to hear yesterday. I want to know, what did you need to hear yesterday? But I want you to end it with your lucky number. Okay? No, Tammy, I do not message anybody. Y'all, I am so busy. I run 3 businesses. I don't even have time to eat breakfast most of the time, much less message 500,000 people. I know that the fake accounts have been rampant. Oh, Miss Jessica, thank you for the Galaxy Sugar. Please know that I will never reach out to you. I have requested once more for verification from TikTok, so we'll see. some of you guys that have never come across my page before, that have never come across my favorite thing when people put what they needed to hear or what they feel someone needs to hear. I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys stopped. Are you breathing? Are you breathing? I want you to just be right here for a minute, okay? I don't want you to stress about anything else. That's it. Just be right here. I will be on Thursday this week, but I will be slightly late as we have a big thing downtown right in front of the shop. I won't get home till late. There are still a few spots for Witches and Wine, a roundtable discussion tomorrow if you guys are interested. I haven't set the topic yet, but I have a feeling we're going to talk about energy and vibes and how that affects everyone in the world. So this is a mudra, a hand position for detoxing. It can be used to detox your energy, your aura. If you guys would like to be a part of that or any of the upcoming ones, they are being filmed every Wednesday. You can get tickets on my link tree. You can register, get all signed up. This is it right here. Now, it is going to take you some practice to be able to do that in one swift movement. And if you can't move your hands like this, that's fine. You can put a thumb on one, pull it down, put a thumb on another and pull it down. Then you just look cooler because you're doing this. But pressing on that point right there, pulling that middle finger forward, this right here will help you to detox your energy. Even if it's just during the day and you're at work and that shitty coworker you hate comes in. There you go. Are you breathing? Are you breathing? I see some of you saying that you've always done this to your middle finger when you were stressed. A lot of people that are neurodivergent do weird things to their fingers a lot, so it's normal for you to do it. You breathing? You guys are seeing pink. That would be the bottom of my nails. They do glow in the dark, so they react a little bit to some light. If you're seeing green, it's probably these. Or it also, this could be the pink. I know y'all can't see it, but these are like scarab nails, so they change color. But yeah. I guess we're going to go a little longer than I had anticipated. You ready? To go just for, we'll do one more song, and that means that I've gone for 30 minutes. And I'm going to start my readings, so I'm not up too late, and neither are you. For right now, though, I just want you to breathe. Okay? That's it. Just breathe. Yeah, just breathe. Monique. Love you right back, Joe. Thank you, dry mustard. All right. We're going to stop there so I can start my read. Yeah. I like this being on just a little bit earlier. I may have to start catching some of you guys even earlier than this. So, those of you guys, this is your first time watching me, your first time catching me. I do this every Monday and every Thursday at 8:30 Central, but I think I'm going to start incorporating just some random ones throughout the week earlier. So make sure that you follow me. Make sure that you look at my live list so you know where to catch me. If you guys would like to get on my reading list for tonight, there may still be a few. I think there's still some left. I'm going to be reading with the Naughty Oracle deck. This is one of my new favorite decks because it says shit a lot. There's a shit shield in here. Like, I shit you not. So, I also wanted to start a little earlier tonight because I have not been feeling that great. No COVID, no fever, but like this whole head cold thing can fuck right off. Yeah, it can fuck right off. So anyway. Gotta love it, right? But I hope you guys will join me for another Reiki session on Thursday. My Thursday will be a little later than normal because the Christmas shoot in Sapulpa is starting up. And that is the lights on ceremony. So I won't even be able to leave my shop probably anytime early. So yeah. If you guys would like to grab a spot this evening, the link is on my link tree. And these will be put on YouTube this evening once I get done and once the live is processed by TikTok. So if you guys fall asleep, if you miss your read, or, you know, if you just need to go, you want to catch it later, I got you. It'll be on YouTube in the morning. So yeah. If you guys would like to come and see the shop, these next couple of weeks are the time to do it. So this weekend, Friday and Saturday, I will have the newest Jason Voorhees, Mr. James Stokes, at the shop. He will be signing autographs. He will be right here live with me on Friday doing a podcast episode. And next weekend, I will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. However, we'll be open for Black Friday. And boy, do I have some goodies for you. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And then Small Business Saturday. Small Business Saturday. So let's get going with this. The first one on my list is Andrew Martin. And if you guys missed EC3, the professional wrestler, the current world heavyweight champion in the NWA, He was on my podcast on Friday. And what's interesting is TikTok jacked it up somehow. I'm not sure how. But, so we've got to refilm it. But that's okay. That's all right. Y'all also get to watch me eat. I have a mini charcuterie. If you were here for any length of time, you better drink some water. So EC3 has become a pretty good friend of mine here recently. And we have some things in the works. I'm just letting you know. Well, Andrew. This new moon has been more than a little rough for you, hasn't it? All right. Do you guys want to see why these are my new favorite cards? Here's what I pulled for you. You have the shitting rainbows kind of day. Then you have pull your head in. And then you have the shunned shaman. So, this new moon really not only was super intense, but it's causing you to release a lot of guilt that you didn't realize you were holding on to. This new moon was super mega fucking intense. It doesn't help that the Schumann was going crazy all Monday morning. If you guys don't follow the Schumann resonances, it's basically the Earth's heartbeat. We are used to, as human meat sacks, we are used to that being around 7.2 to 7.5. So when it spikes, we get anxious, we feel like shit, yeah. So couple that with all that new moon energy, bam, everybody is releasing some shit. You, my friend, Andrew, are releasing all kinds of guilt that I don't think you even realized you were holding on to. With that, it's caused a lot of issues with your head kind of just being up in the clouds. Now, the thing is, when it comes to this card right here, this pull your head in, you need to make sure that when you pull your head in, you ground yourself at the same time. Because a lot of times we get so over emotional with things, especially with this. We get so over emotional with things that it can be really hard for us to not only pull ourselves back down, but to ground the shit out of ourselves. Please don't put personal information in here, guys. Believe it or not, there are usually scammers watching my lives. They watch all the lives. So please don't ever put any personal information in here, guys, okay? So here's the thing. Andrew, with you having to kind of pull your head back down out of the clouds, you're going to find that this is going to happen. Now, while this card is kind of funny, I'm fixing to sneeze. I'm just letting you guys know. I hate having a cold. It's so stupid. Like, I know as soon as I start talking, I'm going to sneeze, but it's okay. Maybe not. Maybe because I'm talking about it, I'm not going to sneeze. There we go. Anyway, so once you pull your head in, once you ground yourself a little bit, you're going to become very self-aware. When you become really self-aware, it's really hard to get back on some of the bullshit that we had ourselves on. The things that caused you to have a lot of guilt over stuff that you really didn't need to have guilt over. It's really going to be an interesting week for you. The thing about this is, when you realize that you've been holding, and every one of these cards has a 3 in it, by the way. One of them is 33. When you realize that you've been holding on to guilt that isn't yours, it's going to cause a lot of issues and a lot of mistrust with people that you realize you were holding on to their guilt. So here's what I'm going to recommend. Go on YouTube and find you a couple of meditations just for calling your energy back in, okay? For cutting off people that don't need any access to you anymore. It's going to help with you pulling your head back in and becoming really self-aware, okay? I'm obviously going to be sniffling this whole live, and it's so stupid. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Thank you, Miss Debbie. I appreciate that. All right. Miss Sarah Beard, you are next, honey. Yeah, I'm just going to be like 5 and, you know, sniffle and snort and snot. Because it is what it is. So my nose has been stuffed up all day. And I've had this head pressure all day. So I got home and I remembered that I had some prescription nose spray up there. It works all too well. It works all too well. So, if you guys like these cards, I'm fixing to order some more for the shop. This is the Naughty Oracle deck. And I would read that because it's really funny, but it has a word in it that I really probably should not say on camera. So, all right. Miss Sarah. God, I love these cards so much. Oh, my God. Just wait. Just wait. So you guys, Miss Sarah, you start off with, why so serious, droopy dog? Then you have the unicorn shit fight. You can't tell me that is not an epic card right there. The unicorn shit fight. Then you have Looney Luna Sister. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, Miss Sarah. Girl, just looking at these, you have had somebody so just draining and siphoning all your energy out that I would not be surprised if you have not been through a major bout of anxiety and just feeling completely down and depressed lately. Because this right here, this why so serious droopy dog, this card is all about finding your joy. Sometimes our joy is literally right in front of us. The things that make us the happiest are right in front of us, but we've been drained to the point that we don't know. We can't see it. Just like he can't see this bone right here in front of him. When you're around people that drain the shit out of you, it's hard to get your energy back. That's where this comes in, the unicorn shit fight. Believe it or not, this is a card telling you to ground yourself. How unicorn shit fight equates to grounding, I don't know, but it's awesome. It's literally one of my favorite cards in the deck, aside from the shit shield. I hope somebody gets the shit shield because it's awesome. But here's the thing. With this unicorn shit fight right here, having your energy completely drained and not being able to find your joy, you've got to ground yourself. Now, here's the thing. Grounding yourself is not always going outside and sticking your feet in the ground. On the ground. In the ground. On the ground. You need to know what element you are. All you have to know is what your zodiac sign is. Okay? That's it. You can look up what element your zodiac sign is associated with. Once you know that, it's super easy for you to ground, okay? Air and fire are opposite. So if you're an air sign, you're going to love fire. Fire is going to ground you. If you're a fire sign, air is going to ground you. Earth and water are opposite. So if you're a water sign, earth is going to ground you, actually. And if you're an earth sign, water is going to ground you. There are stones associated with each element. There are herbs associated with each element. You can find teas, whether it's loose leaf tea or over-the-counter tea, that have herbs in it that are associated with your sign to help ground you, okay? Now, you need to get back to yourself and find your joy, your happiness again. And you need to ground the shit out of yourself because what's funny is both of these cards have a 4 in them. This one is 23. 23 is a number of transformation and change. And this card right here is all about cutting out negative energy, negative people, and the very people that are draining your joy and draining your energy. So get yourself back together. Take time from the negative people, okay? Get yourself back together and then cut the bitches out, okay? Because if you try to cut the bitches out before you are back together, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, okay? Just saying. But grounding is actually really easy. It really, really is. Especially when you know how to use the opposing element to ground yourself. This is why most earth signs absolutely love water. We love baths. We love showers. We love pools. We love hot tubs. We love the ocean and the lake. Okay? This is why most air signs love fire. In fact, most air signs are firebugs. I'm just saying what that. Yeah. All right. Miss Estela. I just love that name. I'm just saying. So my birthday is in January. I am a Capricorn and I full on own it. I'll be setting up something awesome to celebrate for my birthday. I haven't decided what yet. Last year we had a big old party with big old cake. I don't know what we're going to do this year. All right, Miss Estela, are you ready? Ready? All right, so there are some parts of these cards that I have to blur out because of some imagery. So this is going to be fun because this is a great card. You have the shitful shadow side, and he has a pow-pow, so I have to kind of blur that out there. I like that he's shooting the toilet. I think that's funny. The shitful shadow side. Miss Estela, this card right here tells me that this new moon right here, it brought out some stuff shadow work wise that you weren't ready for. You absolutely weren't ready for. You are not the only one. Let me say that. You are not the only one. A lot of people had this new moon bring out some super intense shadow work that they weren't ready for. They weren't ready for. And Miss Estela, that was you. Next comes the no drama llama. So with all of this shadow work and with this shitty shadow work side that popped up, you're all about trying to figure out where your inner peace actually lies. Because a lot of times when we have this intense, I hate having to pick this card up like this, it sucks. When we have this intense, crazy shadow work that's popped up and we weren't ready for it, it not only throws us off our game, but it completely obliterates our inner peace. It completely obliterates our inner peace. But here's the thing. Oh, God. I just saw the last card and I don't... okay, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. With this shitty shadow side and with you trying to find your inner peace and with this whole stupid cold I got going on, I'm getting pissed off. There is some karma that was associated with that shadow work side. Apparently... there's been some signs and some things that you weren't really paying attention to. You were glossing over. You weren't noticing. So this card is called Suck It Up, Princess. There is some karma involved with some things. Now, I don't feel like you got all this stuff slammed down on you just because of karma, okay? A lot of times this new moon brings out stuff where we didn't realize we had karmic ties and karmic bonds with other people. So in no way do I think that, oh, you're going to get yours. I'm not saying that, okay? because of seeing these two cards. Much easier. Hold this, and then I don't got to worry about hiding his ass. This shadow work that popped up and you trying to find your inner peace is showing you where you have karmic bonds that you hold the key to, that you can let go of. So I'm going to say this. We all have karmic bonds, karmic ties, soul bonds, whatever you want to call them. We all have things like that in every single life. Part of what we're here to do is to either let go of them, to stop them, to cut them, or to fulfill an obligation. So a lot of this right here, this karmic issue that's popped up because of this shadow work, is to show you where you hold all the keys to cut this out. That'll help you find this inner peace, okay? All right? Did I see Miss Tiffany in here? How are you? How are you this evening, Miss Tiffy Poo? Miss Monique. Thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. I'm not doing that many cards, man. Ready, Miss Monique? I also want to show you, this is not one of your cards. I just picked it up. But look at the back of that. Is that not funny as hell? Like, I think it's funny as hell. I'm just saying. All right, girl, are you ready? I love these cards so much. First, you have Angel Anarchy, and this is the moving away from control card. Then you have the Arsehole Ancestors, time for an ancestral clearing. And then you have Zombie Wants Brains, strengthening your boundaries. What I love, too, is this is 1 and 2. Number 1, number 2. But this card over here is 44. I don't know. Numbers are an interesting thing. Like, yeah. So let's talk about this card first. Now, this card in general talks about letting go of control. Kind of a, Jesus take the wheel kind of thing. Whenever we try to exude too much control over any part of our life, oh, wow. Somebody didn't tell me that I just look like I just woke up there. Whenever we start to exude any kind of control over part of our life, the universe lets us go to an extent. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden the universe is like, no. And there's no rhyme or reason. There's no formula to decide how much control we need, how much control we don't need. It's just insane. But here's what I'm going to say. If you have some issues where you trying to be the normal person that you are, okay? Our nose is itching like crazy. Stop it. Stop it. And you're finding that as you're trying to just go about your normal life and suddenly things are like, it's time for this. Not all spirit guides and not all of our ancestors are just great, awesome, amazing things and people to have around. Every single one of us has an ancestor that was a dick. Every single one of us has an ancestor that wasn't the best person. Sometimes they come through and they start to cause stupid ass bullshit. This is something that it cracks me up when I have to explain to people too. Not every spirit guide is really there for your highest good. They're just not. They're there to learn just like you're there to learn. Not every spirit guide is this extended master. They're not. They're here to learn just like you are here to learn. But we all have an ancestor that's a dick. We just do. We just do. Because this is the number 1 and the number 2, and I shuffled a little bit in between to get these, I would say that you probably have been getting punched a little bit lately. Just kind of, what the fuck? Why is this happening? What the fuck? I would say it's time to kind of do a little bit of a cleansing and a clearing. And I would speak to your ancestors that are working in your highest good and be like, look, whoever the dick is, he needs to be booted from the table. He needs to go sit back at the little kids' table because he's being a dick. I don't know why I keep saying he, but there you go. And then comes this right here, okay? I love that this talks about moving away from control and kind of clearing some stuff, but then resetting your boundaries. So it's almost like letting go of control, clearing some ancestral stuff, whichever ancestor this is, being a dick that is causing some issues with you, and then resetting really hardcore boundaries. Because when you set these new boundaries after all this has been cleared out, and after you have whoever this is sent back to the kids' table, and all the big kid ancestors are able to help you and move forward again, I think that you're going to take off on just a rocket forward more than you would here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. Like I said, we all have one of these. We all have one of those. It's kind of funny that your reading came up today like this, because I spoke to somebody earlier where we had something similar as far as the conversation about letting go of control a little bit. We also had a conversation about how not every spirit guide is working in your highest good, and not every ancestor, not every person out there that's supposed to be in your team and on your side is actually in your team and on your side. They're just not. I ate that little tomato and I was like, wow, that tasted like Arby's. Like, what is that? I forgot I have roast beef on my plate right there. Gotta love it. Miss Kathy Mazzell is next. Thank you, Miss Nisha. How are you, sweetie? Thank you, TD. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I probably should have got some hot tea, but I did not. Thank you, Miss Nisha. Thank you for all the roses. I love it. All right. God, I love these cards. All right, Miss Kathy, every single one of these starts with a 3. 35, 39, 34. So apparently this new moon hit you a little hard too, but yours is a little different. Even though you start off with a shitting rainbows kind of day and releasing guilt, yours is not releasing the guilt that you were holding for other people. Yours is releasing guilt that I'm going to say you've been carrying for way too long. Sometimes when we carry guilt for way too long, it ends up weighing down like this stone right here or in your gut. And these stones end up building up until we just feel so heavy that we just almost can't even move forward. So with this new moon bringing forward all of this shadow work and this guilt that you really didn't need to have. Yeah. But here's the thing. Guilt makes us do crazy stuff. It can make us spoil people that don't deserve it. It can make us overcompensate for shortcomings that we feel like we have. So the next card you actually have, Kathy, is also Suck It Up, Princess. Now, again, seeing this here, I don't feel like your karma is like, oh, you're going to get it now. That's not it. When we overcompensate because we feel guilty, we have to kind of pay for some of that. You know what I mean? Like, I spoiled my kids. I did. I spoiled all of my kids, stepsons included. So there was a little bit of paying for that, you know? There just was. There still is. But that's what I'm talking about. Something like that. That's something that I know I did. I have to suck it up and I have to deal with it. So that's kind of what I'm talking about here. The other thing is this. This is the shitful shadow side, which is all about balancing your energy back out. The good thing about this is all of this guilt got released with that damn, full moon, new moon that happened, Miss Kathy. So now that all that's been popped up, all that's been let go of, and you see where there's some things you're going to have to deal with just because of that guilt there, now you can start to balance your energy back out. The good thing about this new moon and being as hard as it was on literally everybody, okay? I have yet to talk to one person that wasn't like, oh my God, this new moon, holy shit. The good thing about this new moon is that it really pulled a lot of things to the surface that even though we feel like we weren't ready for them, we were ready for them. They needed to be pulled to the surface. The things that are getting pulled to the surface for everybody yesterday and today are things that we've needed to address for a while. So, now that this has popped up, Miss Kathy, you can get back to completely clearing out and recentering your energy. Now I'm code. So see, here's what happens. I get cold and I overcompensate. So I'm going to put my jacket on. I'm going to turn my little heater on next to me. And I'm going to be over here like all... And then in 5 minutes, I'm going to be hot and I'm going to be dying. Because there's no in between. All right, Miss Nina Perez, let me update my list a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, the joys of being sick. You gotta love it. All right. I am going to go ahead and turn my tickets off for this evening. So if you guys didn't grab one yet, next time. All right. I got Sprite all over my lip. Miss Nina, here we go, love. I need an olive first. All right, 2 olives. I needed 2 olives. Thank you, Phoenix, honey. Hey, I have a mini charcuterie board right here. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Why does this card keep coming? Okay. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Miss Nina, you also started off with angel anarchy. In other words, letting go of the control aspect. See, told ya. Now I'm melting. Letting go of that control aspect, you know. Let those guardian angels take the wheel. They wanted the job. Let them have it. And this damn card, I don't know. It keeps showing up. The shitful shadow side. Apparently, I would bet you probably haven't been sleeping well the last couple of nights either. With you, it's a little different. Your shadow side, because your last card is pull your head in. So, your shadow side, the things that came out were not so much super emotional or guilt or anything like that. Yours were more anger. Yours were more anger. So, with this shadow side, with this coming out, and with it being so shitty, yeah. I would bet that you've kind of been irrationally angry at a lot of things just the last couple of days. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Because I don't feel like you're an angry person. So, let go of some of the control. Okay? I'm not saying go scream and yell at everybody. But let go of some of the control. Because this new moon, and with this shitty shadow side that you had pop up, it pulled all this anger to the surface for a reason. When we go through shadow work and it makes us angry, it's usually because that shadow work is showing us where either people have been taking advantage of us, where we have been giving too much of ourselves without getting enough of us back in return, or it can show us where there have been all of these red flags and we have kind of done this and chosen to ignore them. With you, just because of this aspect, I am going to assume that the shadow work that popped up that has made you so angry is where you've realized where people have been taking advantage of you, where they have your energy and they're not either not giving themselves in return, or they have taken your energy and are not giving it back. So, I'm sorry that people have been taking advantage of you, but I'm glad that this new moon showed it to you. So even though this is kind of pull your head in and get your energy back right, I feel like you're justified in this anger over here. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I feel like you're justified. So let go of some of the control. And here's what I'm going to recommend. On YouTube, there are some fantastic meditations that you can sleep to that help you to pull your energy back in. And I'm not saying not to do one of those, because those are fantastic for all of you. But I would listen to some of the solfeggio frequencies, especially 432 hertz. That one is going to be a good one to help kind of heal the heart a little bit, because with this, when you realize that somebody has really been fucking you over energetically, taking too much of you, etc., it hurts a lot in here. It hurts a lot in here. So 432 will help to heal that. Okay? Hope that helps. See, I went from like having the super runny nose to now my whole head is plugged up. So I love it. It's fantastic. You're so welcome, Miss Nina, honey. So now I'm going to sound like a little kid that's all stuffed up. It is what it is. Nah, I haven't felt good for a couple of days. I've had a sore throat for a couple of days, so I kind of knew it was coming. I've just been checking to make sure that I haven't had a fever. I did take a COVID test this morning and no COVID. Knock on wood, thank God. Thank you. I had a good friend of mine that made these for me, and she brought them to me for the grand opening. I think they're super cute. She even put the little blue alien thing on the bottom. Makes me happy. Why is it taking me forever to get this last card for you, Kat? Like it's either no cards at all sticking up or a big ton of cards. There we go, finally. But that one was barely sticking up. What the hell? Oh, okay. I understand. I understand. All right. So you start off with Zombie Wants Brains, Miss Cat. This right here means that you need to strengthen your boundaries like super quick. You need a little more than just a glass case around your brains. You need to absolutely be strengthening every single boundary that you have. Okay? In other words, people have been running all over you lately. Probably for longer than you realize that they have. The next card is a shitting rainbows kind of day, releasing the guilt over things. So here's the thing. When we realize that we've got to set boundaries in a more hardcore, so attacked right out of the gate. So, when we realize that we've got to set our boundaries super hardcore, we feel guilty. We feel guilty. Because the thing right here with setting boundaries means that we have not had boundaries for a long time. I would bet that this probably is a trauma response for you, and that you feel like you need to apologize to people all the time. You feel like you need to say, I'm sorry, even when it's not your fault that anything has happened. And I would also bet that you're a people pleaser. So when you have to set boundaries, you feel guilty about it because you've been told for so long that, you know, you should just do this. You should just do this, you know. Hey, Miss Gail, how are you, sweetheart? So here's the thing. I know it's easier said than done to say, don't feel guilty about it. You can say that all day long, but when you've been in that mindset for too long, it's hard. It's so hard because way back in here somewhere, you have that little voice that's always like, yeah, aren't you being too hard? Aren't you being too hard? Honey, no, you're not. No, you're not. Before we get to this last one, I understand why this last card took so long to get out. Let me tell y'all a little story. So, see, now I'm hot and I gotta take my jacket off. So, whenever I started going through a divorce in 2019, I put myself through therapy. And one of the main things I had to work on was boundaries, because I was told for so long that if I did anything at all for me, I was a selfish piece of shit. I apologized to everyone for everything. Even if, like, literally maybe somebody's third cousin's dog's uncle's parakeet's cousin did something and I was like, oh God, I'm sorry. To the point people are like, why are you apologizing? Because I felt like I had to. It was a trauma response. So my counselor told me that I needed to, because she was kind of a spiritual person too, and we used to talk about zodiacs and so on and all that stuff. She was a Virgo, so we got along like super well. But she was like, look, I'm going to need you to channel that inner Capricorn there, and I'm going to need you to set a hardcore boundary, period. There is no going back. You only have one answer, and whatever decision you make, that's it. There's no going back. And if someone shows you that you are an option, then you remove yourself from the situation. If someone shows you that you are second, if someone shows you that your energy, your time doesn't matter, remove yourself from the situation. And do not give a second chance. There are no second chances. It was so hard to implement that in my life. I'm not kidding. It was the hardest fucking thing. And I would be dating and I would talk to these guys that I knew right off the bat were pieces of shit. Like they came in with red flags just taped to them. But yet still some part of me was like, Okay, well, maybe. And I had to remember her voice every single time. No. And when I set a boundary, no, there's no second chances. And I can't tell you how many times I would have somebody text me months later, with, well, how are you? And my answer was usually, no. Oh, well, I started dating someone, it didn't work out. What are you up to? No, sir. That's what I'm up to. No. So, it's really hard to implement those boundaries. Okay? It is. It's super hard. The no second chance is a struggle. It's super hard. But you can't hold on to that guilt. That's something that's a trauma response that was implemented in you. You know what I mean? Now, here's the other card, okay? So, this is the Black Holes Suck card. It's don't let darkness hold you back. Now, this is also a slippery slope because whenever we are healing and we're going through a lot of this stuff and we're trying to make sure that we don't feel guilty, there's a lot of shadow work involved there. Because when we have to go through this and not feel guilty, we tend to fall down this dark night of the soul, this shadow work aspect of, oh God, I am fucked up. So don't let all of that darkness and that realization that people have been walking on you for too long, don't let all of that pull you down, okay? Because it's really easy for it to do so. And then none of this gets done. Do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So I hope I didn't attack you too much, Kat. Are we still friends? You have a light you're working toward. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Miss Zoe Poo. I'm glad y'all thought that was funny. Sometimes trying to find glimpses of light is hard, but I'll tell you what. Wow, Zoe, what the hell? Did y'all see that? It literally straight up out of the damn deck. I will tell you guys this. If you're having a problem finding the light, finding glimpses of light, finding good things, start tiny. Start super, super fucking tiny. I've always been someone, I'm a big foodie. If I find something that tastes good, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's a little expensive to go eat at this certain place or something like that, oh my God. I do little happy food dances. Like, I can't help it, man. So just taking my time. Whenever I'm super stressed, I'm not an emotional eater, but whenever I'm super stressed, I have found that getting something small, like half a cookie, literally half a cookie, and just taking small bites and sitting there and just savoring every second of it, doing a little happy dance, something that small can be the light you need in that day. Does that make sense? There's been times when my day was going so bad and I took off to the park to just sit there, that the only thing in that moment, in that day, that made me happy was how pretty the green grass looked with my hands on it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we get out to a park where they treat the grass fantastic and it's this gorgeous deep green, and just having your skin on it and how it feels against your hand, and you know what I mean? Like, in that moment, that was the only thing that was making me happy. Sometimes you have to find happiness in those little teeny tiny things. It'll help, I promise. All right. Miss Zoe. Okay. Thank you so much, lady. I appreciate it. And now I'm cold. So here we go. All right. Miss Zoe, you start off with the shunned shaman, which is becoming self-aware. I know just because I've read for you a few times that you've had some weird, interesting, crazy, hard thumps on your head, all of this stuff that's happened. So when this happens, we start to become super hardcore self-aware. And when we start to become super hardcore self-aware, you hit this. This is the zombie wants brain setting boundaries. When we become really self-aware first, this automatically happens. We start to set boundaries. And the problem is we set boundaries so hard and so fast that people around us kind of go, dude, what the hell did I do? Like, why are you kicking me out of your life? Like, what's up? Because we realize, you know what? You're a piece of shit. And you're a piece of shit. And I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm not doing this anymore. We set boundaries really, really hardcore. And I have a feeling that that's probably where you're at right now. Because I know, and I know you know, whenever I talked about this card right here and becoming self-aware, I know you know exactly what that event was. So now you're in this mode of really hardcore setting boundaries. Then you have this, that shitful shadow side. So what this tells me is that you've kind of run through the gamut of the boundaries. Like, no more setting all the boundaries. Just calm down on the boundaries for a little bit. Because now it's time to go through and level your energy back out. Now it's time to go through and balance everything back out. You had the jolt, the self-aware moment. You had the boundaries, that the Moldavite purge almost, where you just kind of go through a massive purge of people, of situations, of things, of all of the stuffs that are causing us to have that trigger where we need the boundaries. Now it's time to focus on you and on leveling back out your energy and getting things kind of calm back down and level. I can give you all kinds of suggestions on how to do this, but what I'm going to say is you need to do something different than you've done before. This was a major shift. This right here was a major, major shift. Setting all these boundaries was something out of character. You went through a massive, massive level up, Zoe. So the same things, the same old that you used to do that would help to balance your energy out and make you feel grounded and calm and complete are not going to work anymore. They're not going to work anymore. You're about to hit another plateau. You've gone through all this crazy climb and you're about to that point where you can kind of relax. Once you level out your energy, then it's going to be time to relax. But you need to find some things that are outside the norm, that are nothing like you have ever done before. Okay? And I'm sorry you're going through all that, Miss Zoe Poo. It sucks. A lot of people are going through this intense, stupid level up right now. All right. Antwain, you are next. How are you? Hey, Chris. What's up? Damn, all right. Dude, I swear to fuck, I'm tired of seeing this card. I swear. It's killing me. You're going to know exactly what it is here in a second when I pull it up. In fact, you probably already know. Like, I feel like this card is doing this to me on purpose. You just purged it. Thank you, Mo. Got ya. I love little baby tomatoes. Oh my God. All right. Great. And a word I can't say. I love these cards, and then sometimes I hate them. All right. Here you go. You have that shitful shadow side. Thank you for all the gifts, love. You have the shitful shadow side. So apparently, just like the rest of us, this new moon hit you with the shit. It hit you with the shit. So, from these other two cards, there's a 2 in both these other ones. I was looking to see if there was a 2 in this one, but there's not. From this right here, it tells me that you took this really, really hard. You took this shadow aspect, this shadow work, super fucking hard. And I would bet that you have been in the overthinking mode for at least a couple of days, probably since Sunday. It's been this major, mega overthinking mode. Like, you cannot let go of certain things. However, you're going to kind of have to. So I got to do that and then do this. This is the double-pronged porcupine thing. And it's lighten up. Like, I can't say all of it. But, yeah. So with this shadow work, absolutely just obliterating any bit of positivity that you had over the last couple of days. It's going to be really hard for you to lighten up a little bit, but you've got to. Because when this shadow work pops up like that, and we start falling down that rabbit hole of, well, this is shit and that shit and blah, 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 and overthinking everything, it's going to cause more problems than you realize. So you've got to lighten up a little bit. You've got to find some happiness, some joy, like go watch a comedy special, like something, because this next part right here, this is the Loony Luna system, meaning that you need to purge all the negative energy. If you don't lighten up a little bit, you're not going to be able to purge that negative energy. It all came to the surface so you could release it, so you could let go of it, so you weren't stuck with it. You know what I mean? We tend to get stuck with our shadow. We tend to get stuck in a place where we don't really want to be because we kind of can't let go of it. We get so comfortable with the shadow aspect. We get so complacent with it that we're just like, I know it's there. It's always going to be there. It's okay. It's not okay. And so eventually the universe is like, look, you got to do this. You got to work on it. So, lighten up. That card is so funny. I'm sorry. It's funny as fuck. Lighten up a little bit, okay? Go relax, do something fun this week, because this weekend is all about purging this negative ass bullshit, okay? Hey, thank you, Katie. I do have a cold. It's not fun. It's not fun. But it is what it is. You know? It is what it is. It's not COVID, and I'm not running a fever, so I'm happy for that. All right, Buffy. You are so welcome, sweetheart. Oh, I love that. I love that that reading was 100%. I'll tell you what, will you guys do me a favor? I, over the next couple of weeks, need to build a certain page on my website. If I have ever done a reading for you and it hit home or it changed something, or you would just like to tell me what happened, if I did a reading for you or helped you with some manifestation or something like that, would you just send a message to my site I have never put up a testimonial page. I have tons of them. I have celebrity endorsements and things like that. Sass kind of got on my ass this week and was like, that needs to happen. It needs to happen. Put it up. So if you guys, if I have ever done a reading for you and you liked it, it hit home, I helped you out with something, if you guys would send a testimonial to the site, I will send you a coupon, okay? I'll send you a good coupon. All right? All right, Buffy Poo, are you ready? Oh, wow, I can't can't say that on here either. I have not seen one of these cards before, and I'm kind of getting a little giggly. You ready, Buffy? Apparently, Buffy Boo, you asked to be pushed forward. You asked to be, asked you asked to have your gifts be broadened. You asked to have your third eye, whatever it is you ask for. Because you start off with suck it up, princess, okay? This is just kind of accepting what's come, accepting what's happened, etc. The reason that I say it's about your spiritual gifts is because of these next two cards. I always say be careful what you manifest. Be careful what you ask for, because these next two cards came out together, okay? One and then the other. This first one is center yourself. And it is fucked above, fucked below, and fucked within. You can't tell me this is not a fantastic card. I'm just saying. This is why I had to sit and giggle. Okay? And the card under it is the card under is even worse. It is F you, Buddha. Enlightenment sucks. So, Miss Buffy, apparently you weren't specific enough. And when you asked for your gifts to be heightened, and when you asked for all of this stuff, I want to be enlightened. I want the things. The universe was like, oh, okay, you want the things? All right. So now you're all kinds of discombobulated. You are head over heels, rolling down the hill, breaking all of the bones, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And it's time for you to center yourself. It's time for you to take a breath and calm the fuck down. But this card right here is right on the fucking money. Like, these two cards right here is why I was laughing so fucking hard. Okay? For any of you guys that has ever been through, let me just do that so I don't get in trouble. Any of you guys that have been through, are going through a spiritual awakening, you know that when you start to open up and when you start to learn and when you start to grow and leave all of that norm and the matrix and the programming behind, it sucks. It sucks. Like, no one ever wakes up in the morning and goes, I think I'm going to have this beautiful, amazing spiritual enlightenment today. No, that's not what fucking happens. Something shoves you full on around the sun, somewhere out past Uranus, all the way back, ping-ponging off of asteroids. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb. So we feel like this a lot, where we're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. But the problem is we have to. Because once you're on the ride, you can't get off. No one ever tells you that you can't get off the ride. So, Buffy Poo, that's kind of where you're at. Recenter yourself, okay? Recenter yourself. And remember that this is what you manifested. This is what you asked for. Really, that's only my first yawn. But don't stress about it. Don't stress about it. We all go through these phases. We all go through these phases where we're kind of tired of it. I go through that phase a lot when I'm driving down the road and I see somebody that's like mowing their yard in these perfect diagonal lines and like out there with scissors trimming the grass. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be back in that mindset. Like, ignorance is bliss. It's bliss. So yeah. I'm sorry, Buffy Poo. I'm sorry, Buffy Poo. But no, you're not alone. Okay? Know that you're not alone. All right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, L. You ready? Woo, okay. Yeah, we went from runny nose to being so stopped up that we can't breathe. I can't do the breathing. Ugh. Y'all ever notice that when, like, you're a little kid, you have a stuffy nose, like, you don't give a shit. When you're a little kid, you have a runny nose, you don't give a shit. But when you get to be an adult, you feel like a little kid, but you give a shit. You know what I mean? There is nothing that will make you feel like you're 5 that is the same as having a stuffed up nose. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. All right, let's check the sugar. Yeah, I'm, when I go to bed, I have a, little mini, like, humidifier. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the things. I actually have eucalyptus and mint and stuff in my bedroom, so. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Yeah. I did not expect that last piece of mango. All right. Oh. Okay. Honey, you've had a hard time lately with people, haven't you? Thank you, baby. You start off with the shunned shaman, which is becoming self-aware. Then you also have zombie wants brains, setting boundaries. But this last card right here is what tells me that you've really had a hard time of it lately. This is the energy vampire and cutting those cords now. Okay? Let's start here. Because both of these other cards have the number 4. Both of them are blue. But this one is bright red. So this tells me that you've had this really, really intense... Thank you, little angler. You've had this really, really intense shove. And shove is the right word. It is absolutely the right word. Dang. I saw a scammer come in. I was going to block them real quick, but they're gone. But this shove was so intense that it moved you from where you thought you were going to be. It moved you from all of these situations, places, and I have a feeling at least 2 people that you thought were yours, you thought was on your side, and they weren't. They weren't. So now, here's where you are. It's setting these boundaries. The problem with setting boundaries is if you have someone that's an energy vampire that's around you, you can't set boundaries with them. You can't. There have to be no contact. It's not just setting boundaries. It is absolutely 100% no contact. Because an energy vampire can pull through. Thank you, guys. An energy vampire can pull through any type of contact. Your social media, your photos on your social media. They can pull energy through it if they have a tie to you. So it has to be 100% no contact. So setting boundaries is where you're going to have to start. Okay? Setting boundaries is where you're going to have to start, because this energy vampire that you've been around, they don't give a shit about boundaries. They don't give a shit about boundaries. Monique brought up a good point. That's why I keep old images, so no energy attachments. I do the same thing. I keep at least one picture of everyone that did not leave my path on good terms. And even some that did leave my path on decent terms, but I know are practitioners, because you never quite know. You never quite know. It's just, you never know. This is why it's always a good thing to keep photos, to keep something of someone's. I mean, I have a really scary drawer down here. A scary drawer. Let's just say it has a lot of personal things of some people's in it. And it's going to continue to be the scary drawer. I'm not going to get rid of those things anytime soon. Just because. So you're going to have to cut, like, no contact, cut that tie. Because this person is going to continue to drain your energy from afar. They don't care. They're going to continue to do it. So I'm sorry that you went through this, and I'm sorry that you had that realization that some people aren't, on your side and so on, but it's good in that it's going to purge these people out of your life. They don't need to be there. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate it. Try not to do the 5-year-old sniffle too much. I'm trying not to. But L, I'm just going to say this. In trying to set that boundary, it's going to be hard at first for that absolute no contact, 100% blocked. Oh, why is my nose itchy? But once you stick to it, even if it's just, I'll bet it's probably only going to take a couple of days. I bet it's only going to take a couple of days. And this person is going to flip shit. When you cut someone off your energy that is so used to siphoning it, they flip their shit. And then you're like, oh, there is some confirmation right there that you were doing exactly what I thought you were doing. So I will say this. When it comes to them flipping out, that is absolutely a red flag, no contact. Because when they flip out, they're going to absolutely try to do anything they can to get you to bite. Okay? This is when, like, when you break up with somebody, it's very amicable and, oh, I still want to be your friend and all this stuff. And then they see you with someone else, or they hear that you dated someone, even if this is years later, and they flip their shit, and then they start calling, and they start messaging. I miss you. What have you been doing? Blah, blah, blah. So you wanted nothing to do with me for all these years or these months or whatever it is. And you hear that I went on a date with somebody, and now you're flipping shit. Now you miss me. Just say what I'm saying. So that is the time that you have to 100% no, ma'am. Okay? Yep. All or none. And I would say none. I'm just going to say, I would say none. Okay? So, yeah. All right. Miss Samantha Brown. Let me see what is going on here. Okay. Thank you, Vegas Wolf. I looked up just in time to see the dinosaur. And I just fucked up my list. Damn it. All right. I'll fix it. I fix it. All right. Samantha Brown. Oh, good, Elle. I'm so glad. I hope that was what you needed to hear. I just want that one. You trying to throw all these weird big cards. Hey, awesome. I love you right back. Thank you. I've always loved the name Delaney. I think that's just the coolest fucking name. So before I knew that Brody was going to be a Brody, like I was pretty sure that Brody was a dude. Like I was sure. That is, I don't need 10 cards, man. I had a boy name and a girl name picked out. And if Brody had been a girl, I was going to name her Dacey, D-A-C-E-Y, because that is an interesting Irish name that I found that I loved. All right. Ready, Sam? Here we go. Oh, two of my favorite shit cards, both with the number 6. Y'all remember how I was talking about the shitty shield, the shit shield card? Well, you start off with the shit shield, the shitty shield. It's time for stronger protections. Tell me that's not the funniest fucking card. And the grossest card at the same time. Like, I literally drew it on there. It's kind of gross. But, apparently, you have gone through a level up. You have gone through a level up. I would love your testimony, even if it's not reading based. If I have just helped you in any way and you would like to be a part of that, please, please, please. I would love it. Okay. And any kind of testimonial, I am happy to send you guys a coupon. Okay. So apparently you've gone through a level up, because here's the thing. When we go through level ups, we look around and we realize, like, okay, all of this protection working. I have a candle over there that's flashing like crazy. I just happened to, I'm like, what the fuck is flashing? Like, this bitch is legit flashing. It's funny. Okay. All right. Sorry. We realized that our protections that we had, they don't work anymore. They don't work anymore. So they kind of become shit. And then things that used to not ever get in, suddenly are getting in. Here's the thing. Go back to some of the basics. Go back to some of the very foundations of the protections that you have in place. Go back to them and revamp those foundations. Add to those foundations. Tweak them slightly, because those are the foundations that you've built all of these protections on. Well, now these protections are lower. They're not lower. You are more. You are more. Does that make sense? So your protections feel like they're lower. Go back to those basics, to those foundations. And that way you'll be able to move forward. Okay? I have done Buffy a couple of people back. So this will be on YouTube this evening, okay? It should be done by the morning so you can listen. So the next one, what I love, it's two of my favorite shit cards. This one is Cat Shat. This is to connect to your psychic sight. You're welcome for showing this up close. I'm just saying. You can't tell me that's not the funniest fucking card. Both of these. I love these fucking cards. I love these two. So, not only do you need to go back to your foundations and up your protections, but you need to revamp and rework a lot of those psychic abilities of yourself, okay? This is a time to strengthen all your clairs, to do some of the exercises that help to strengthen them all at once. This is why strengthening your psychic abilities is why I have listened to The Psychic Witch, that book on Audible, like 6 times at this point. There are so many things that I catch something new every time, but there are several great exercises in there that he literally walks you through. I'm just saying. And then is suck it up, princess, with all the karma. But here's the thing. Sometimes when we don't have our protections in place, when we have this shitty shield going on, and we haven't realized that we need to boost ourselves psychically, we let people in, we get into situations, or we just go places and we pick up shit that we would not have before. When our protections aren't enough, when we level up and our protections aren't enough anymore, things get to us that wouldn't normally get to us, and we say and do things that we wouldn't normally say or do. Does that make sense? The good thing is, this right here is a learning experience, and if you deal with them while you're setting your protections back up and while you're working on this psychic ability, it's kind of like full circle. Does that make sense? You felt like you recently had a spiritual awakening and things are weird? That's what happens. When we go through a spiritual awakening, things get really weird really quickly because suddenly we're not in the norm where we used to be. And, yeah. The Witch's Book of Self-Care. What's really funny, I just got that book. And I haven't read it yet. Yeah. Now you're my sign to start reading. Oh, I hate having a cold. It's so fucking stupid. All right, Megan, you ready? If I can't get my nose to quit being a piece of crap, then I'll have to go take some more medicine. I was trying not to before bed so I could take the good medicine, but if I take the good medicine, then I'm gonna be asleep. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this card. This isn't the one I drew for you. It fell in my lap, but this is the Cracked Crystal. Isn't that cool? Somebody told me about fire cider the other day. Yeah, I'm not a fan. There are certain things that I don't do fermented anything. You're so welcome, honey. I don't do fermented anything. So, yeah. All right. Here we go, love. All right, so don't shoot the messenger. Let me just say that. Thank you, Wicked Mom. I appreciate that. So you start off with the Exhausted Eagle, and this is seeking support. Miss Megan, you've been the backbone for everyone else for way too long. You have been the backbone for way too long. A lot of times when we're the backbone for way too long, we get so worn down and we don't even realize that we're worn down until like our dick is firmly in the dirt. Like it's all the way in the dirt. We can't even get up. We can't, So, you've been this for everybody for way too long. It's okay to ask for help from your tribe, from your peoples, from the people that have been here and understand. And if you're saying, well, I don't know who those people are, like, we're those people. We're those people. So come hang out, okay? But in being the backbone for everybody for far too long, and being the hunter, and being the provider, and being the one that provides all of the emotional support, all of those things, yeah. It's okay to ask for a break and to have people help you before you fall off the cliff. The other things are interesting in this. This is the Arsehole Ancestor card, just like Monique had back there. Apparently, you need to do some cleansing and some clearing. A lot of times when we have something like this, when we are too much, too far, too deep in our own self-martyrdom, I'm going to say it that way. We don't do it on purpose, okay? We don't do it on purpose. Well, some people do, but I don't think you're doing it on purpose. We get so far in that we pull in some ancestors that don't have our highest good in mind, because they're just going to take advantage and utilize whatever energy they need to utilize to do what they need to do. So it's time to clear out some shit, okay? It's absolutely time to clear out some shit. You actually end with the Shun Shaman, which is all about becoming self-aware. So the thing about this card right here with the Exhausted Eagle is it's going to really make you completely self-aware. Here's the problem with that. You're going to start looking at everyone in your life a lot differently. Because when you tell people right here, hey, I'm exhausted, I need a break from you, I need a break from this, I need a break from the situation, whatever it is, you're going to become aware very, very quickly of who's on your side and who's not. The people that are on your side, when you say, hey, I'm exhausted, I just need a mental break, I need whatever, the people that are actually on your side are going to support you fully. They're going to say, well, what can I do to help you? What can I do? Ones that are not on your side are going to make it painfully clear very, very quickly that they're part of this problem. And then you have to make the decision of kicking them to the curb. So, Miss Megan, it's going to be an interesting, I'm going to say at least couple of weeks for you. Because a lot of times this doesn't happen quickly. So, tell everybody that you need a break, that you can't be the backbone for a little while. Then do some cleansing, do some clearing work, and watch how people react. These two things right here, telling people, hey, I need a break, and then doing some cleansing work. Yeah, it's absolutely going to show you who people are around you. And all of us will be here for you, I promise. All of us will be here for you. You know that, you know where to find me. You know where to find me every Monday and Thursday. As I'm cold, putting my jacket on, taking my jacket off, acting like I'm 5, eating olives and cheese. All right. Hope I didn't break you. Hope we're still friends. Yeah? No, I've got a cold. It sucks. I probably need to go take some medicine, to be honest. I'm just trying to make it through the last of my list. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope that in a good way. Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, I could finish these tomorrow during the day, but I've only got a few more. Good. I'm glad you still love me, Megan. All right, Miss Karen Wood. Thank you, Andrea. I had a good friend make these for me. She made me the blue ones just for me. It was so cute. How are you, Sweet Pea? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Funny. Can't get a single card. I'm getting all the lumps of cards, but not a single card. I got the first one there. All right, you know what? We'll do you too. All right. Here we go. No. Well, you know what? It is what it is. I shuffled and shuffled repeatedly. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So, you can't make this shit up. All right. You can't make this shit up. First of all, you have this one. Your soul has fucked off. Go retrieve it. You see why I love these cards? Your soul has fucked off. Go retrieve it. Now, the thing about this is it's not just that easy. It's not just that easy. A lot of times when we get disconnected, it legit feels like our soul has just gone, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. Oh, I'll be over here. Doing a soul retrieval, it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense. It's pulling all of these things back to you that I'm not going to say you actively let go of, but you actively let go of. Does that make sense? When you pull all of yourself back in, not only does your personal power go through the roof, but you start seeing all of the things spiritually that you didn't realize you were missing. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with this, because I'm going to highly recommend listening to some of those meditations to help pull those pieces of you back in. I shit you not, you also have the exhausted eagle. So when you start pulling your soul back in, you're going to realize how damn exhausted you have been because you've been trying to do everything for everyone. The problem is, you also have the arsehole ancestor card. Yours is different though. Yours is not that you let all these people in. Yours is that when you kind of separated yourself a little bit and going through the spiritual awakening, you put too much of Karen out there. And with that, people are taking advantage of it. I don't feel like this right here is so much ancestor-wise as it is actual people right now-wise taking advantage of you. So I would really go through and look at who close to you has been taking advantage of you, because yeah, that's not a good thing. Like, I'm kind of like, who do I need to spiritually throat punch for you? Because people taking advantage of you and draining your energy can actually cause this. You know what I mean? They can actually cause this. So I would start by looking at, really take a look at who drains the fuck out of you when you're around them. Who actively drains the fuck out of you. So you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this with you. Or you catch yourself being shorter and shorter and shorter with some people, whether it's like coworker, friends, family, etc. Because this right here, this is somebody pretty close to you that's doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody that's recently come back into your life, whether, you know, maybe you just have been long distance for a while. Maybe you actually haven't talked to this person in a while, and suddenly they kind of come back into your life, and now you're exhausted. You can't figure out what's going on. But start pulling the pieces of you back in. This person's going to become pretty obvious. There are some great soul retrieval meditations on YouTube. I usually do them maybe 3 times a year or whatever. Soul retrievals are really, really intense, and when you have them done in person, just so you know. They're really intense. But start listening to some of the meditations to pull that little ornery ass soul back in. This person's going to pop up. I don't feel like it's more than one person. I think it's literally one person, but you do need a break. You do absolutely need a break. Feel free to say, hey, my spiritual advisor said I need a fucking break. Yes, YouTube. If you just look up soul retrieval meditation on YouTube, you should find a slew of them. So just find one that resonates with you the most. Listen to the first little bit of it, then skip to the very middle and listen to that, because you don't want to sleep to something that you're going to wake up with a terrible headache with. You know what I mean? That goes for any meditation, guys. If you're going to sleep to the solfeggios, if you're going to sleep to anything like that, I would go through and listen to the first little bit of it and then all of the last of it. Not all the last of it, but in the very middle. You know what I mean? That way you know, okay, that is terrible in the middle. I don't want to listen to it. So, yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense? All right, let me look here. Miss Michelle. I almost said Michelle Mash instead of Michelle Nash. I got dyslexic all of a sudden. You are so welcome, sweetie. My nose is itchy. All right. I'm done. I'm not going to bitch about it. I probably am going to bitch about it, but I'm not going to bitch about it. All right, Michelle. Nope, too many cards. You're just like throwing all the cards. I keep bumping my phone and then it lights up and I'm like, oh God. It's scaring the shit out of me. Oh my God, I love these cards. I fucking love these cards. First of all, every single one of these cards has a 3 in it. You have 33, 35, and 30. So 3 is the number of perfect balance. Okay? Woo! All right, you ready? I love this because yours is kind of like do this, and then do this, and then do this. Yours isn't so much this happened, so now this is going to happen, so this is going to happen. Because you start off with pull your head in, which is show more gratitude. It's not saying that you're ungrateful, okay? We all get guilty of this. Like, I used to do offerings and thanks all the time. And then I get stressed out. I get away from it. I forget. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, I realize this. Like, pull your fucking head in. Like, give thanks and so on. So you're at this level right now. Make time a little bit, even if it's just 5 minutes every day, to do something that allows you to give thanks, to make an offering, to do something to show the universe that you recognize all of the things that it's been bringing to you and so on. I don't feel like you've been overly angry. I don't feel like you've been, you know, braggadocious or anything like that. What I do think is that you're probably just like me. You get really stressed, you get overwhelmed, and then you don't do the things. Because when you start doing this, then you go through this phase where you feel guilty about stuff because you also have the shitting rainbows kind of day. Meaning that as you start going through being thankful for everything all over again, you're going to have that guilt, but Don't hold it in, okay? Don't hold it in. When we go through all of that guilt and we go through all of this shit like, oh God, why did I stop doing this or whatever? Because the thing is, when we start giving thanks back to the universe, then the universe is like, oh, okay, well, here's all of this stuff again. And then we're like, oh God, I feel bad. Like, why did I do that? Blah, blah, blah. Don't stress about it, okay? Just don't hold it in. My suggestion with this, and this is what I had to start doing again this last week, and I've been doing this week, is making myself take 5 minutes every day. Sometimes it's in the morning and sometimes it's at night. Like today, it's going to be at night when I get done with this. I have an old table that I had set up over there, and I used to have an altar on it. I don't know why I cleared it off and never put it back. So every single evening, I'm going through and putting one thing back on it. Does that make sense? Just one thing. And when I put that one thing back on there, I light some incense, and I'm just kind of being happy and being thankful. You know what I mean? So I'd recommend doing something like that. Just one little thing every day that allows you to give thanks back, you know? Because you also have the No Drama Llama. I love that card. I don't know why. It reminds me of the, what are the two llamas on YouTube, and one is always like myrtleizing people. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember their names, but yeah. What has a red beanie on? Yeah, anyway. Carl! Yeah, that one right there. You knew what I'm talking about. Does it not remind you of that? Llamas with hats, thank you. Does it not remind you of that? I'm just saying what I'm saying. If you guys have never watched it, and you want to laugh till you pee a little bit, yeah, there you go. There you go, llamas with hats. Just what I'm saying. But the thing about this, Miss Michelle, is that the inner peace that you thought that you'd lost or misplaced or anything like that, it's always been there. It's just you're overwhelmed. You're just overwhelmed. I totally understand this. Girl, you and I is peas and carrots. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I got super overwhelmed lately over the last couple of months, and I'm finally pulling my head out of my ass, and I feel guilty about all this shit that I didn't get done. So trust me, you and me's in the same boat. You just come over, we'll have coffee, and we'll talk about how we've been overwhelmed and how we feel bad about it. I'm just saying, just come on. Just come on. We'll have the coffee. We'll do the things. But in the meantime, all you got to do is go watch Llamas with Hats, and it'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel all the better. All the better. So, yeah. So I was going to try to hold out. I have 5 more to go. However, I cannot breathe. And it's starting to piss me off because I can't. I can't breathe. So I am just going to go ahead, and I have Pam, Amy, Michelle Chamberlain, Adam, and Brooke. And I'm just going to refund you guys so that way you don't have to stress about it because, yeah. I'm going to go take a hot shower with some eucalyptus. And I'm going to go lay down. And, well, I'm going to prop myself up in the bed. I'm going to take all the medicines. Yes. Aw, you're welcome, Michelle. I thought I was going to get through all of them, but man, this is getting to where I can't breathe at all. It's just stupid. Anyway, I will have these on YouTube in the morning. And, yeah. So those of you last 5, I will get you guys refunded, okay? So that way you don't have to stress about it. I love you guys. I will not probably see you tomorrow, but if you still want a spot on Witches and Wine tomorrow night, I think there still are a couple of them left. Or if those of you last 5 would like to trade your reading for a spot on one of the Witches and Wine, you let me know. I'll just reach out to you and ask what you'd like to do. Okay? We'll do that. All right. I love you guys. I love you guys. Oh, yes, I will see you tomorrow for book club. You're right. It's Wednesday. Yep. I'll see you for book club. Did y'all read your chapter? Did you? Did you? All right. I will see you guys in the morning for book club. Yeah? Yeah?